Chapter 27, Section 1 continued. We need to talk about how things were going in the Soviet Union. The last we mentioned in the Soviet Union, Germany had moved pretty far into the Soviet Union, even closing in on the capital of Moscow. Germany's going to focus on the city of Leningrad in September of 1941. The Germans are going to surround the city. You're going to have 3 million people trapped for more than 2 years in Leningrad. Very little in the way of food or supplies. And you're going to have nearly 1 million people die from starvation and disease in Leningrad. The German offensive, though, is going to slow down because of the rain in the fall and the snow in the winter, and the German blitzkrieg does not work well on snowy and muddy roads. This gives the Soviets time to bring troops in from Siberia with their winter equipment. The Germans, on the other hand, the Germans only had their summer uniforms and their summer equipment. They never planned on being there through the winter. And temperatures are going to drop to negative 30 degrees. The German tanks and trucks wouldn't start. The troops were freezing. And the German advance is stopped. But they still controlled a large area of the Soviet Union. This is going to bring us to Stalingrad. In the summer of 42, the German forces are going to start to move south towards the southern oil fields of the Soviet Union. And by the fall of 42, you're going to start having fighting over the city of Stalingrad. Stalingrad was vital when it came to water and rail transportation, with the Volga River running through it, with railroads running through it, and by August the German troops had reached the Volga River. And 600 planes are going to begin to bomb the city of Stalingrad. 40,000 civilians are going to be killed. By September 1st of 1942, the German soldiers had reached the suburbs. And the Soviet soldiers and civilians refused to abandon the city. It was said the Soviets seemed to fight for every brick and stone, for every yard of Stalingrad earth. Late November of 1942, the Soviet Marshal, Georgy Zhukov, is going to bring in new troops, and he's going to begin a pincher movement, closing in from two sides, which ended up trapping the German 6th Army in the city. The German army trapped in Stalingrad is in bad shape. They're running out of food, they're running out of medical supplies, they're running out of weapons, running out of ammo. The German command actually asks Hitler to order withdrawal. Let them pull out of Stalingrad. Let them get supplies. Let them, redo it. And Hitler says no. And he orders the Luftwaffe to fly in supplies to Stalingrad, which fails. Late January of 1943, the German army surrenders in Stalingrad. The German army had suffered approximately 200,000 casualties at Stalingrad. And Stalingrad is regarded as the turning point of the war in Eastern Europe.